So the question becomes, should we wait for the I-751 to get approved, or should we just apply for citizenship and file Form N-400 the moment we become technically eligible? Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about one of my recent client experiences after he applied for his N-400 citizenship application with an I-751 petition pending. I know a lot of people have questions about this. Some people or lawyers will say, don't file the N-400 while the I-751 is pending because it could cause additional delays. Other people, including myself, have previously said, if you file the N-400 while the I-751 is pending, it could speed up processing of the I-751, leading to a better outcome. You'll become a citizen faster ultimately, and they could combine the interviews for the N-400 and I-751. So I have really new data to share with you guys from a recent client experience from just a few weeks ago in the New York City USCIS field office that we're going to talk about today. So just some quick background. What is the I-751? If you marry someone and you're trying to get them a green card, but you've been married for less than 2 years on the date that the green card is approved, that green card is conditional. Congress wanted to make sure that you're not getting in fraudulent marriages, and one of the ways to safeguard against this was to require you to file Form I-751 about 2 years, 90 days short of the 2 years, after you get your conditional green card to show that you're still in a good faith marriage and you guys didn't just break up the moment you got your conditional green card. Now, when you file Form I-751, right now you'll get a letter saying that your green card is being automatically extended for 48 months while they work on the backlog of I-751 petitions. 48 months is a long time, especially since 1 year after you file the I-751, you're technically eligible to apply for citizenship. So the question becomes, should we wait for the I-751 to get approved, or should we just apply for citizenship and file Form N-400 the moment we become technically eligible? Since you're eligible to file Form N-400 exactly 2 years and 9 months after you become a conditional resident, and before the I-751 has been approved, that's what my client decided to do. We weren't exactly sure if the N-400 would speed up processing of I-751, but I recommended, in balance, to just file it because the filing fees were about to change. And, we're getting into a presidential election cycle, create some uncertainty, might create or increase some of the risks. And most importantly, he wanted to apply for citizenship as soon as he was technically eligible to apply. So that's what we did. And the results were really good. So we applied, and a few months later, he had his interview. During the interview, he informed the officer that he has an I-751 pending. And the officer acknowledged that they knew that it was pending, but that it was pending in a different office. The officer made a request for the I-751 file. And after the interview for the N-400, after he passed his citizenship and history test, he wasn't exactly sure what was going to happen next. But a few days later, we got the N-400 swearing-in ceremony date scheduled. And a few days after that, he received the I-751 approval notice in the mail. So in this case, filing the N-400 with an I-751 pending did, in fact, dramatically speed up processing times of the I-751. I've heard other stories as well. I've heard about people going to their N-400 interview and the officer saying, look, I can give you the test, I can indicate that you passed the test, but I have no control over what happens with your I-751. We might not be able to continue with the citizenship process until that I-751 petition is approved. It's pending in some other office. But in this case, the officer was able to make an agency request for the I-751 file to be transferred to her, and she approved that and recommended that the N-400 be approved. So what would you do in this case? I don't know. This is a New York City specific example that I gave. I think it should come down to whether you want to apply for citizenship as soon as possible or if you want the certainty of waiting until the I-751 gets approved. It's really a personal decision, but right now, based on this recent experience, I think I will recommend that people who are eligible to file the N-400 do so as soon as possible. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of today's video. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer every question within 1 week of the video being posted. If you'd like to learn more about these family-based immigration topics, citizenship, immigration, court defense, and family petitions, be sure to subscribe. I post a video on a weekly basis, and I'll see you guys next week for another one.